Chicka wow wow. What's up, party people? Welcome to another episode of Elkivate Your Life. I am your hostess with the mostess. L as in the letter L, and key as in the key to your heart. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry, I have been MIA. I feel like it's been one thing after another, right? Like my mouth, my autoimmune thing, or an illness, or my voice, or so. I just want to tell you, I was hopping on today on this Mindful Monday, November 10th, to touch on Veterans Day because it's Veterans Day tomorrow. And I want to give a shout out to my veteran friends, Ms. Keisha McCrary, Eric Pones, the ex-hubby, Daryl Hutchins. I feel like Roger Havens somewhere along the way told me that he was a vet. And if I'm leaving others out, please forgive me because it's hard to remember when you're going down the friend list of who's in the military when you have so many friends on social media and in person and whatever. So, one of the things I wanted to say is thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your bravery. Thank you for being willing to fight for our country. And God bless you all because I have witnessed throughout the years of being married to a military man, to being around the military base and hanging out with all my friends back in the day, ages 18 through 20-ish, 21. So I definitely saw especially the Navy, because I lived in Alameda and I saw what the people went through. I haven't been privy to see, boot camp. I've heard the stories and I've seen the movies, but I haven't been privy to that information firsthand. But I know it can be challenging. And so I just want to say my hat's off to you. Thank you. Thank you for just, being willing to take on that role. It is so commendable. And I want to make sure that we honor our veterans. And I know my girl Keisha going to be taking advantage of all the perks that come along with that on Veterans Day. I guess there's a lot of places that offer like um, discounted meals or free meals. Maybe, I don't even know, but I know there's all kinds of stuff out there. And yes, by all means, you should take advantage of that. And so we're going to have a podcast interruption about this because something that has been interfering with my life. So apartment living, gotta love it, right? So apartment living. Let me just tell you, I have had the not so pleasure of being disturbed by months back. It was a mouse a mouse or a rat that was living in the walls, and they had done some construction in the apartment nearby, connecting. And so I could hear it in the wall, and it was basically waking me up at night because I could hear it in there scratching and doing all kinds of stuff. Well, after several months, that finally went away. And then we had various different apartment living interruptions. And most recently, if you're hearing noise in the background, most recently is I've had a woodpecker that has decided to create a home right outside our bedroom window. And it's actually built a nest in the overhang of the upstairs neighbor's window, their bedroom window. So it had gone underneath and created a hole. So literally right outside my window above me was this huge hole where this woodpecker was storing all its food and nesting and the whole nine. And that's been going on for several months and several sleepless nights, bringing in the food in the nighttime and then, uh, waking me during the night. And then, so it just so happens as I'm starting my podcast and traffic is flowing, I finally managed to get the staff to do something about it after numerous complaints about the hole because I'm aware, there's wildlife protection, which I don't want it to be harmed. I just want it to find a new home. And so now it's coming back looking for the hole and is all confused. And well, the maintenance was kind enough to board it up with a piece of plywood and some screws. But the woodpecker is still coming back and like, where's my home? Where's my hole? What's going on? And the only way that they can be deterred, if you don't know about this, you're going to learn about woodpeckers, is that you have to put up like reflective things. So you can hang CBs, you can hang reflective like wind chimes or things of that nature, or you can have owls as a deterrent, but they don't like noise and they don't like flashing lights. So I'm literally, as I'm doing my podcast, having to turn on my phone light and shine it out at the woodpecker who's in the tree going, I'm confused. This used to be my nesting hole and now it's boarded up. And my fear is he's just going to peck right through this piece of wood because it just so happens that the maintenance forgot to put the reflective tape. Even though pest control said you got to find some shiny tape or something shiny to hang up there. And they were like, oh, yeah, yeah. And I was like, yeah, like electrical tape. And they're like, oh, yeah, like what you use for the air conditioning ducts and blah, blah, blah. And well, here it is, 5:00, and he's trying to come back to his damn hole. And so I'm shining my phone light on him, trying to deter him. And he still keeps coming back to it. So I'm like, what is it going to take to get rid of a damn woodpecker? So talk about podcast interruptions. But I would love to know if anybody has any stories they would like to share about why they decided to join the military. If you have any basic training stories that you would like to share, I would love to hear them. And or how has it shaped your life now? Like, what has it done for you? How has it shaped you in an individual? I know a lot of people, it makes them more neat and they do military corners, which is what my mom did. And yeah, so I would love to hear if you have any stories to share. Please feel free, like I said, to put it in the podcast comments. And I would love to hear your military stories, your experiences as far as basic training how it shaped you as an individual. What has it done for you now? What is your civilian life like? Did you grow up a military person? Did you join because of family? Inquiring minds want to know this. Meanwhile, while I'm holding my microphone and recording this podcast, I am also trying to deter this damn woodpecker who keeps coming back. So I might have to end our podcast abruptly. So sorry about that. But hopefully this gives you a laugh. Maybe you even have some tips or tricks that I don't know of that I haven't mentioned. And if you do, feel free to put them in the comments. I would love to hear them. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, share. All of those things help the algorithm and help me get my podcast out there. I would really appreciate your support in this matter. All you have to do is click the like button, the thumbs up button if you like the episode, comment, share, and I would appreciate the love. And thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And ciao for now.